Hey folks, Dry Socket here. I wanted to shoot this video to discuss the differences and kind of my preferences on the new model Vaquero versus the 1873, the single action Army. I have several of these revolvers and I want to talk about what I like for cowboy action shooting. I have not been doing cowboy action shooting for even a year yet, so take this all with a bag of salt. But let's take a look. Some of the first guns I ever got in the revolvers were the 1873. This is a 3.5-inch barrel. This is, if I was gonna carry, this is gonna be the gun that I would carry, because I like to fancy myself kind of like, poker player, have it down here. I've got the bird's head grip, I could do a quick draw, that type of thing. So these were the first guns I bought. Kind of not really for cowboy. I wasn't into cowboy yet, but I got these first, and these were the first ones I shot in cowboy, and I love them. They were absolutely my favorite guns. I never shoot these, and the reason is that short little barrel. When you're trying to go at speed, it's really easy to get on target. I need a little bit more weight to hold myself in place, and this gun gets away from me. But I love these guns. Again, I love that little bird's head grip. Very good weight for my hand in terms of moving quick, but not a good weight for keeping me on target. The thing about the 73s and the single action Armies is they are thick boys, all right? They're thick back here, they're kind of thick up here. The main difference you'll notice when moving to a Vaquero is they are thinner in those areas. So it's really gonna kind of depend on that weight and how your hand, the size of your hand, comes around it to see if you like it or not. Another short barrel 73 that I have, I really like the Expendables, and they made Sylvester Stallone's expendable gun with the roller. The story on this roller is really cool, because in the movie he does a lot of fan shooting, right? But what was happening is he was taking his big meat paw and he was slamming it back here, and he was cutting himself up, and they were like, oh, we could have you wear like a half leather glove, we can do these different things, but just was not working. It was catching it weird. So the armorer actually made this thing, and then I can't remember, it was like Birdie or Cimarron or someone. They were like, why don't we make a run of this gun? So they made like 1,000 of these. There you can kind of see the barrels ported. This one is really fun to fire. No front sight, so don't bother aiming it. It's made to fan, although it is not modified to fan, so it'll fuck the gun up, but is what it is. And it's ported, so you can't use it in cowboy action, but it is a super fun gun. So let's talk about the ones I do shoot. So when I shoot 73s, this is the pair of 73s that I shoot. These are 7.5, right? Again, fat boys, right? I like these ones a lot. This is my matching one for it. The grips are a little bit different. I like that off-like angled thing, and I enjoy these guns a lot, except for what I consider the fatal flaw is that you have to half cock to unlock the cylinder. You're not going to do a lot of pistol reloads in cowboy action shooting, so that's not the part that bothers me, but I do not like having this half-cocked hammer at the loading table. It's just something that it just bothers me a little bit. So I was like, well, what does the Vaquero feel like, the difference? And I went and I got, a matching length Vaquero. So the 7.5 Vaquero, you can kind of see the difference in the thickness there, same kind of thing, like looking at the thickness in the front. So the Vaquero, the hand feel is not as nice to me as the 73. It's a little bit, I feel like it's almost a little bit off balanced, right? The 73, it feels like from stem to stern, tip to end, whatever, like it wants to lock me on a certain position. Where the Vaquero, I feel like I want to point the barrel down just a little bit. Well, my tendency when I get going fast is to pull the barrel up, so I've kind of found a way to sort of compensate myself when I shoot. I also think that Vaqueros can be made to run smoother than 73s, but that's just my experience with the Smiths that that I have worked with there. But again, it's just this. Once I open that loading gate, I can spin the barrel. And that's something that is important to me. It feels more safe when I'm at the table. I don't like to have that hammer cocked until I'm, firing. And when the guns are empty, it doesn't matter. But once I put, loaded ammunition in the gun, I don't want to half cock. So that's just, again, it's sort of my preference. It's why I go with the Vaquero. The other thing that I like about the Vaquero on my 38 Vaqueros, so these are 4.62 barrel. Again, you can kind of see where that thinness comes into play. There's a very easy modification that you can do to allow you to free spin the barrel either direction. We, again, don't do pistol reloads very often, but I think that's a cool thing. I had a stage recently where we did some pistol reloads, and having that free spinning barrel really made that faster. I screwed up the entire rest of the stage. I was using a Rossi 92 and it sort of fell apart on me, and I had to reload each individual rifle bullet. But man, my pistol reloads were fast. I still shot a 2-minute stage. You can check out the video. It's horrible. Just on these guys, again, you can kind of see how that is a little bit thinner. These are comparable in size. These guys are a little thick. So weight-wise, I think nothing beats the 73. Like, I think this is the most natural feeling single action revolver you can get. Again, I would carry the shorty. I would shoot the longie a little bit more. It's just that half cock that kind of brings me into the Vaquero, coupled with the fact that so far in my hands, the guns that I've been able to fire faster are the Vaqueros. So I'm sticking with the Vaquero over the 1873 personally, although I have thought about shooting one Vaquero and one 73. But I think that'd just be dumb, so I won't do that. But again, I'll just leave you with Stallone's gun one more time here because it's such a pretty one. You guys have an excellent weekend.